The vastness and intricacy of our world continue to captivate and bewilder us. With each passing day, we are confronted with astonishing discoveries that serve as a constant reminder of how much more there is to learn about our surroundings. Among the many intriguing phenomena circulating on social media, there is a photograph that has captured widespread attention. It purportedly depicts a colossal object traversing the expansive dunes of the Sahara Desert. The appearance of this enigmatic object has left observers perplexed and questioning the plausibility of such an immense entity journeying across such distances. This remarkable photograph has sparked a multitude of inquiries and speculation. How is it possible for an object of such magnitude to navigate the treacherous terrain of the desert? According to one user's suggestion, the large object in question could potentially be a stone that descended from one of the nearby mountains, thereby resulting in the substantial skid mark observed. However, an interesting point arises when examining the measurements, as the skid mark stretches over an impressive distance of 981 meters. This has raised doubts among some individuals regarding the plausibility of wind being capable of carrying such a massive object for such a considerable distance. The extended length of the skid mark has sparked speculation and prompted further inquiry into the likelihood of atmospheric forces being responsible for its transport. In response to the user's comment, another individual expressed their curiosity about the origin of the object, suggesting the possibility that it may have come from outer space. The observer further speculated that the object in question could potentially be a meteorite, and the visible trail behind it could be attributed to the impact of the object colliding with the ground. This insightful observation leads one to contemplate the fascinating concept of extraterrestrial bodies entering our planet. The notion that this idea is not entirely implausible gains credibility when considering that one of the most ancient meteorites ever unearthed was discovered in the vast expanse of the Sahara Desert. It has been determined by scientists that this extraterrestrial artifact dates back a staggering 4.6 billion years. Other individuals who had the opportunity to observe the photographs put forth more unconventional speculations. They proposed that the object in question could potentially be an advanced aircraft that had encountered a crash landing on the ground. One key observation they made was that the appearance of the object did not resemble that of a typical rock or a component of the surrounding mountains. Their reasoning behind this hypothesis was that something of such magnitude, which left a skid mark stretching over 40 meters, must have possessed considerable dimensions. Interestingly, astute observers pointed out that the starting point of the skid mark exhibited no indications of a mountain or an elevated region. This prompted some to assert that had the object originated from a mountain, there would have been a conspicuous absence of the mountain itself, accompanied by a noticeable gap. It is worth noting that such emissions cannot be detected in any of the photographs. As of right now, these photographs are still generating discussions online, with people confused as to how such a large structure would be able to slide across the Sahara Desert. Those who put forward the idea of the object moving via the use of ice sheets or wet areas should note that on average, the Sahara gets between 0 and 2 inches of rain per year, although some locations can go without rain for several years. Although this explanation may seem like the most likely answer, it's unlikely that such a large object would be able to move across the sands of Egypt with so little water. Even this theory is disputed among researchers, with some saying that more data is needed, and noting that the stones that have been moved via water are very small, under 20 inches in diameter. The object just photographed in the Sahara Desert measures in at over 84 meters in length. As some have pointed out as well, let's say that this object is a rock. Natural crushed rocks that measure between 10 and 20 inches weigh approximately 1.1 tons per cubic meter, with solid rock measuring in at 2.5 to 3 tons per cubic meter. One individual expressed their curiosity by stating the following: "While I do not necessarily propose a mysterious explanation, it is baffling to consider how an object of such considerable size could be displaced solely by wind or rain. Moreover, there is no mountain in proximity from which this object could have toppled. If the object had originated from the opposite side, where observable mountains exist, we could possibly attribute it to a substantial rock. However, this still does not account for the peculiar occurrence of a rock of such magnitude sliding across thousands of meters on sand." It is one of those perplexing circumstances that becomes increasingly bizarre the more one contemplates it." End quote. It is not uncommon for rocks to exhibit independent movement, and although the sliding rocks in Death Valley are not comparable in size to the aforementioned object, they represent a peculiar phenomenon that has been observed exclusively in this geographical location. The enigmatic Death Valley sailing stones have captivated researchers as they manifest the ability to initiate motion and leave marked trails across the smooth valley floor, all without any apparent human or animal involvement. This intriguing behavior occurs at various times throughout the day, with the rocks commencing their displacement and imprinting long tracks that can stretch over considerable distances or even abruptly change direction by executing a complete turnaround or making precise 90-degree turns. The scientific community has proposed multiple hypotheses to explain this mystifying rock movement. One widely accepted explanation postulates that a delicate balance of unique circumstances comes into play, resulting in the rocks gliding gradually over a subterranean frozen sheet of ice while taking advantage of optimal wind conditions generated by the distinct topography of the valley. Delving deeper into the subject, it becomes evident that the rocky journey is facilitated by the presence of specific conditions. These conditions arise naturally and work in conjunction to allow the stones to exploit the surface of the frozen ice below, acting as a slick track for their gradual progression. Furthermore, the geography of the valley contributes to the creation of favorable wind patterns that exert force upon the rocks, further propelling their movement. The occurrence of these extraordinary phenomena in Death Valley, recorded nowhere else on Earth, has sparked extensive research and investigation into the underlying mechanisms responsible for this fascinating natural spectacle. Scientists and experts continue to explore and analyze various factors, striving to unravel the mysteries surrounding the enigmatic movement of these remarkable sailing stones. Surprisingly, there is a lack of definitive evidence to support the notion of stone movement, as there are no records or direct observations documenting the rock's motion. This absence of proof has led some to speculate that there might be an alternative mechanism at work, giving rise to the concept of ley lines and peculiar electromagnetic phenomena observed at specific locations worldwide. Interestingly, this hypothesis holds considerable merit, as research has indicated that volcanic rock can indeed exhibit electromagnetic properties, much like what has been observed in other parts of the globe. Furthermore, investigations into the phenomenon have disproven the possibility of buoyancy-based mechanisms being responsible for the rock's displacement, specifically based on data from 2014. In addition, additional evidence suggests that the natural materials contained within these stones could possess magnetic properties and could potentially be influenced by electromagnetic forces. When considering all of these factors, it becomes evident that there is a need for further in-depth research to enrich our understanding of this intriguing phenomenon. The mysterious fortress. Archaeologists have recently uncovered remarkable evidence of real-life castles in the sand, constructed by an ancient culture in the Sahara Desert. According to recent satellite images, a significant discovery has been made in southwestern Libya, revealing over 100 fortress settlements belonging to a previously unknown or lost civilization. The ancient settlements, existing from approximately AD 1 to 500, were associated with a highly developed and enigmatic civilization known as the Garamantes. The Garamantes, who exercised their dominion over the region from around the 2nd century BC to the 7th century AD, governed these communities. During their investigation, researchers made a remarkable discovery by examining contemporary satellite imagery, including high-resolution images employed by the oil industry, as well as aerial photographs captured in the 1950s and 1960s. These findings unveiled the presence of fortified settlements, towns, villages, and agricultural lands belonging to the ancient Garamantes civilization. Situated approximately 620 miles, or 1,000 kilometers to the south of Tripoli, the fortresses have been officially identified through the analysis of Garamantes pottery samples that were gathered during a research mission in early 2011. Project leader David Mattingly, hailing from the esteemed University of Leicester in the United Kingdom, expressed his deep astonishment at the remarkable level of preservation observed within the ancient mud brick compounds. The archaeologists shared that despite some slight slumping caused by wind erosion, the walls of these historical sites remain resilient, standing tall at heights ranging from 3 to 4 meters or 10 to 13 feet in certain areas. This enduring state of the walls lends insight into their stability and longevity, even in the face of natural forces. Archaeologists, upon witnessing the meticulous and precisely laid out architecture, could have been in danger of misidentifying the construction as Roman frontier forts due to their striking similarities in design. According to researchers, it is important to note that these sites extend far beyond the borders of the Roman Empire. In fact, they serve as significant indicators of a prominent African kingdom that held immense power and influence. In addition, it was a surprising revelation for the scientists to discover that these sites, consisting of burial grounds and agricultural fields, are densely concentrated in close proximity to each other. In this particular case, it is worth noting that within an expanse of 1.5 square miles, which equates to approximately 4 square kilometers, there existed no less than 10 well-established settlements of a significant size. The existing information regarding the Garamantes primarily stems from archaeological digs conducted at their capital city Jama, located approximately 125 miles northwest of their domain. Furthermore, insights into the Garamantes are derived from ancient Roman and Greek texts, offering valuable accounts that aid in understanding their civilization. According to Mattingly, the perception of the lost lords of the Sahara suggests that they were an advanced and sophisticated civilization. This characterization, as described in National Geographic magazine, highlights their elevated status and intellectual prowess. According to the expert, the society in question can be identified as having advanced in various areas, including metallurgy, the production of high-quality textiles, and the development of a writing system. These significant indicators suggest the presence of a well-organized and highly structured state-level society. According to Philip Kenrick, an archaeologist from the University of Oxford who was not involved in the new research, the heritage authorities in Libya, plagued by a lack of funds, have been unable to carry out field research, resulting in a significant gap in our understanding of the ancient civilization. This financial constraint has hindered their ability to delve deeper into the knowledge and exploration of this rich historical legacy. The recently discovered archaeological findings serve as a profound testament to the ingenious irrigation methods employed by the ancient civilization of the Garamantes. According to the project leader Mattingly, the region under consideration is characterized by a profoundly arid environment found in the Saharan Desert, known as hyper-arid. The Garamantes, an ancient civilization, ingeniously tapped into prehistoric water sources by constructing elaborate underground canals. These canals served not only as a means to extract water, but also as a method to cultivate a diverse range of crops. So, what do you make of these mysterious desert discoveries? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comment section below and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.